Yo, this is Seaway, and you're tuned in to Pundit TV.
20, we're not here for 2021, at least not from you. I'm gonna give it to him this year. But
I ain't finna lay out with no freak. I'm hitting that hoe and I lead.
It's not that bad.
Us. It ain't feature us. You ain't give enough. Run up in his house, he gon' give it up. Show a picture of my bank account, she give it up. I don't care about your
I'm Zay the Black.
Goody, I'm Seaway.
And we are the collective.
Yes, sir. We got special guests in the building, obviously.
You.
We got the special Seaway. How are you?
I'm good. Yeah.
We came all the way to New York
Yeah.
to make sure we got this done.
It's lit. I have still some beef with Zay
Oh,
that we
there you
need to discuss from the first video from watching it, but everything else is good.
Or
Yes,
if you
sir.
haven't noticed, so you've seen them before. Was it season 2, 3?
Season 2.
Season 2.
For sure.
See that she's in his music in. It was Pain, and we reviewed it, and that's how the connection goes. Well,
Alright,
shout
so-
out to you because you know your other other faithful artists that we use. So fuck
Thank
with
you.
us.
But most importantly, you're an OG. So
Yeah.
and that's why we make sure we always support you and whatever, whether it's voting for, something on Instagram or, reposting something that we can. We make sure we try to keep that connection there because you rock with us. So of course we're going to show the same energy back.
Thank
So
you.
we do want to thank you.
Yeah.
I do want to ask, how did the whole Seaway name start? How did you get into artistry? Like, let's get us an introduction going.
Basically, the whole name Seaway is just from my name, Seaway. So I just added a 3 into my name, and that was just from guidance from one of my friends around junior, sophomore year that just egged me on to do music because at the time I go to an all-white high school and there's probably only 3 or 4 African Americans there. So there wasn't anybody who was really doing music or rap music. So I really started producing heavy and every single time I had lunch breaks, I would just write music and stuff. And that's probably why a lot of my stuff was repetitive in the beginning, or even now it's still a lot of repetitive because that's just my style and just how I write and just how I tackle things. But Seaway really just started just from my name, and I don't think a lot of people know that. They just put S3way, or they say different variations of my name, or Segway, Sea Waffles I've heard, but a bunch of different things, yeah. Never Seaway, no one really guesses Seaway or guesses that it's really my name, so it's really hard for that, but I just accept it, yeah.
Well, it's more of a introduction. I did see something where you recently sent something to Adam 22. How did that connection?
Yeah, so not a lot of people know, with Adam 22, he hosts a live stream every single, I think Thursday or Wednesday or something like that. Yeah. So if artists are really on top of it, you can really submit your music, and there's different guests that he really has during the sessions, that one. And I think that day he just had a porn star in and one person who was
always.
and a very popular West Coast artist in that session that day. So I decided to just submit my music. And then I honestly just cropped out the video, removed the Pay Now feature for that, and I just submitted my music to him, and then he reviewed it. A lot of the guys ended up messing with it, and then I got a lot of contacts from that because on top of people seeing it on my Instagram, they were like, "Oh wow, this is so cool." And they knew Adam 22 from the previous, or Adam 22 isn't popping now. You could probably get played on his channel for $40, $50 now. He's not as popular as before, but yeah, it was just the right timing for it. And they really enjoyed the music video, and he started talking about these guys always in New York wearing wigs. So I was that's the perfect marketing tool for it. Because I think my main thing and my main passion is really marketing. On the side of music, I just really like marketing.
Well, I feel like you do a good job with that.
Thank you.
I'm really into, things that you do as far as music and your change and evolution from where you started. So we do see the progression.
Wait, no, you talking about you see the progression. I was about to say, you know how I was on your song when you first submitted it. I'm looking at you now. Like I looked at the last part you put out. What was that, back in September?
Probably Law and Seaway. Was it Law and Seaway or was it before
No,
that?
it was the one before that. It was like a 3 or 4 song EP.
The recent one? Yeah.
I was about to say, 'cause
like Not Them,
Yeah.
Us, and all that. Yeah,
That's what I was about to say. Like listening to that, I was like, this can't be the same guy. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, okay, I was downloading stuff.
I took your feedback to heart. Like every single feedback that I got, I take it to heart. Every little thing that people say, like people were like, the repetition is sometimes gets a little annoying. Like you got to find a way to switch up. Like your style, even like you make rap music and we get you make rap music and we get you make good rap music, but it's like, how are you going to transfer yourself into that artist category or really shine yourself out? And I was able to do that with Law and Seaway to show like a little bit of my personality, the funny side of it and the music side of it. But I really took that to heart. Like even after Pain, like I was like my main thing, it was like everybody was saying like it's just repetition, or like there was like the only people who were really messing with it was the girls, because Pain was my top song, and it was just like, it was like a slow song to follow for people, and like girls liked it because it was easy to relate and they could just understand it from it. But me personally, I always never knew that was like my top song. I was like, I always wanted to do more, like do constant things. So yeah, like that's why I say I had beef with you for like a year, because I was like, I just wanted my flowers. That was my main thing. I wanted to just hear from someone's mouth that saying like, oh, you're on the right path, or like you're doing something good with it. So I'm happy for that.
Yeah.
But
Us, I feel like Us is the one. Like that's
Us?
if someone if someone's just saying, I'm saying, okay, not the one as in like, oh, that's the one that's going to get him out there. I'm saying that's the one that's like his sound.
Okay, fair enough.
I feel like that's
Yeah,
his.
I can see
That's
that.
where Seaway became Seaway.
yeah.
But if we talking about the older songs, then Pain, who's breaking your heart?
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I was asking. Who you were crying over? That's what I need to
okay.
know.
So the funniest story about that Pain was
Time out.
actually.
Wait,
Okay.
you know about this? Oh, okay.
The Pain cover is actually her, and you nailed it with the pain covering eyes. Is, I don't know who said it, but someone was like, oh, the pain covering eyes is like a description of pain. Like the Pain cover was essentially her, because we had broken up for a time when we were in high school, and then we recently started dating, like now that I'm in college and she's in college as well. And we got a chance to reconnect and stuff.
She
and
said,
like,
you do music now? What's up? What's up, baby? Right, what's up, baby?
Nah, but she always liked the song. She always knew she was my cover, and she always liked the song, and she fucked with it. And like her friends always talked about the song as well. So it's always like the funniest thing to see when people are always like, who's the Pain cover? And I'm just like, oh, it's my girlfriend currently. So it's very funny.
Yeah, I told y'all the bird was heartbroken. I told y'all, I don't believe you. I thought it was just a song.
Was there anything that how did you feel like you had to respond to that, since that was your breakout song with the women? Did you feel like you had to cater more to the women, and that was your way out?
Nah, because even after that, I posted a song called Slipping with this guy named Bambi, who was in LA at the time. That was a really good R&B artist that I had met through like when SoundCloud was really popping. This was all around the time X was doing it, and like a bunch of SoundCloud artists were still popping at the time. Like Lil Pump was still like the hottest thing out at the generation.
So
and
this
everybody,
is like 2016-ish.
Yeah,
Dang,
2016,
that's a rough summer.
2017, yeah. That was like, everybody, even now, they look back at it, they're like, the summer of 2016 or 2017 was like the most enjoyable time, because it was just like, a lot of atmosphere and a lot of vibes.
We talk often how much we miss 2016's music.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's some episodes that don't come out, but the ones that we do record, we make sure that 2016 is a staple.
It is.
And that kind of is what started we started in 2017, and so that kind of is the wave that started this, because everybody was putting it on SoundCloud, but then you just saw no progression in music. So we was like, damn, like we gotta do something, we gotta say something, we gotta let people know what the feedback is and how can they get better. So I feel like we're doing that, and we got to do a lot more, but I feel like it's there. So how do you feel about where you are mentally? Like, do you have to be in a sad mood in order to create?
Now, fuck no. I don't have to be in a sad mood. I thank God that people are sticking on to like the new project and just us. And like Away was more of a piece to just demonstrate, this is like my new sound, the things that I'm coming with, the things that I'm gonna focus on for when I like drop a project or drop more things. So it was like a real good tester to see if people really enjoyed it and people were really fucking with it. But now I don't even get too sad like that. Like I try making songs and heartbreak songs like Sad and stuff, and like Pain and all my other songs, but they just don't hit the same, or like they don't have that same feeling. I don't know, like high school leading up into college, those first couple of years were very depressing for some reason. I don't know if it was just 2016 or 2017 or around 2018, but they was just very sad, and I feel like a lot of people's vibes were sad. And then like now it's more like hype or like really like energized, and people are starting to do more things. But there was a period during the when the pandemic started, that a lot of people, I feel like, were really tuning into the sad songs.
Yeah, for sure.
And then it turned into like, once we got really deep into pandemic and like everybody was in their home, they were just so excited to just see people with hype stuff to just like forget about a lot of the things that were going on in the world. And now that it's coming to like wintertime and it's really like a lot of sad songs or R&B songs, or like alternative rock is really what's popping right now, because most people are just like, oh, I've heard so much rap and I've heard so much of like this turn up music, like I'm tired of the turn up music.
It's a good niche to have like a cult like following. I hate to say cult like following, but like one of those Playboy Cardi type followings. It's really a good niche to hop into. So I feel like you're on your way there. I do feel like you got to perfect your sound a little bit more, like tweak a little bit more. But as far as what you're doing now with the last project I heard, I feel like that was more of your, okay, I found it, now let's time to work on it.
Yeah.
But with that though, who's your target audience? Because even then, like you're saying, okay, well, Pain was a hit with the women, and you're trying to come out with all this. Well, I guess it's a double-ended question. What is next for Seaway? Because you're talking about the alternative route.
I think the step up now is just seeing, like, even from conversation for like the people that I really started with music, they're always like, oh, like, what's the next step for Seaway? Or like, we want to see you pop out on some big shit, or like we want to see like a higher production films or like higher production cinematography. So like really now I'm really focused on videos on top to match like the older songs, because I got the discography there. Like I got a lot of old songs that I can link people to, I could show people and reference that, oh, I can do this style, I can do this style. But on top of that, you need the visuals now to show for it. And if you don't really have the visuals, no one's gonna really tune into you. And like that's like the hardest thing, getting people to tune into you or like hop on the wave. And like my main thing has not really been like hopping on into any wave, or just doing whatever comes to mind and whatever vibes with. And I feel like sometimes I have a hard time with like videographers or like people who shoot photos too, because they're always like, oh, what's the plan? Where's the shoot location? I'm just like more so like, yo, like meet me here. If this place looks good, we'll shoot here. If this place looks good, we'll shoot here. I'm just like go with the flow and like do that. But that's mostly it. Yeah.
You might need somebody that's like a little bit more interpersonal with you
Yeah,
now,
probably.
because like from what like I've seen from a couple like my friends that are just like in the music game or like whether they do cameras themselves, a lot of guys these days they want to be directed.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're like that, but like they like to be directed. They kind of want to be told what to do.
They want to make you look good.
Yeah.
And like you said, you want somebody to tune in. So I think you just want to like try to put a team together, like you know, get that eye. 'Cause, I mean, you have an ear. You definitely have an ear. So I give you credit for that, because a lot of people don't even take the criticism, or they. Well, let me say this. I've given criticism and it's backfired like hell. They reported us and they tried to get the videos taken down. So
We were
just
on YouTube jail for like 60 days.
God damn.
yeah. So you can take the criticism. It's just now you need to, I guess, find your eye.
Yeah.
So,
Nah.
Lord Jesus, can't talk. Oh, dang, you can't talk, Lord Jesus. The covers to your albums and your EPs are really nice.
Yeah.
They're deep too. They're really meaningful. I like
Thank you.
ideas and thoughts you put into it and behind it.
You always put yourself in it.
Yeah. Nah, all of them either have myself or a depiction of what's going on in the time. Like Away was really more like myself getting away from like that older sounding vibe, and like a lot of it she's even seen it. Like I've just watched shows, gotten inspiration from it, like clicked it. I don't know, like I get a lot of feelings with things, and like those feelings just lead me into like the movements that I do, or like the things that I do. It's gotta feel right, or like I gotta really vibe with it. And like bringing back on the thing that you said, like with people that are like wanting to be directed. Yeah, I like to be directed, because like there's one thing with an artist telling a photographer how to do his job, or like someone who is conducting someone how to do your job. Like that's not the main thing. You can't do that. Like I don't want to be like, oh, this is my music video. No. I want you to have a part in it, and like we can experience it both together. We can create something really cool that we both enjoy and we really like. And I really like seeing like a bunch of photographers, videographers, or people and creatives that are around me like really shining and just showing what they did. And I think that's really what gravitated me towards Pundit too, was because like even with myself, like I've never really had like a team or like a structure behind me, or like people who like are like friends, or like I grew up in like a school system where it's like not that many like real people, or like friends that I could be like, oh, these are like my hometown friends, or like these are the people I grew up with doing music. Is more so always been solo music and finding myself how to market. So I really like those people who do like startup shit with their friends and people they really fuck with, because those are like honestly the most sincere vibes and the most enjoyment that you really get out of like the creative process and what you do. And that's really at the end of the day, like I don't care about the money, I don't care about anything else. If I flop in a couple of years, it's all right. If I am successful in a couple of years, it's lit, because then I get to put other people on, or I get to do other shit with people that I haven't been able to do. So that's like really my vibe right now.
Well, you know what? Me being young and me also being in college right now, I can say this. And don't take this the wrong way, because a lot of people that submit music, y'all are grown and burnt out. At least you're in college and you got a fallback plan. This ain't, you're not putting all your eggs in one basket. So you're good on that end.
Yeah.
So are you in
Ooh,
college
we're
for
gonna
marketing?
have to do some heavy
Yeah.
editing on this.
Nah.
Bro said, I'm gonna shade everybody. Say no, go ahead, my bro.
Nah, it's all good. I'm currently in school right now. This is my senior year, so it's like right when like life starts to hit you, and like a lot of things you're thinking about after school, or like internships you want to go into, or programs that you want to do. But I really fell in love with marketing. Like marketing is my main thing, so I'm like pursuing marketing with a minor in business analytics too, because I really want to be a data scientist for a marketing firm. Like that's always been like my dream, like being a data scientist, handling data, like seeing the reports for it. Like music is lit and everything, and my parents have always brought like the realness back into me, and they're always like, oh, music is lit, but you gotta have that second plan just in case if all fails.
Right.
But I've still been blessed, because every single year I get like great opportunities to come to see interviews, or like I get to showcase what I've been doing throughout the year. So it's honestly like really amazing right now. Like honestly never thought this would happen. And even after the posting law on Seaway and seeing the shift really and like the dynamics of how my Instagram has changed or how I've been like proceeding in things is really amazing. So like I'm always thankful, and I always tell people like even if college is not like the main step or like the main progression, it's still good to have a backbone in it. Right. But there's always stuff you can do outside of college. Like you can go into different work fields, you can do, so I always say just follow whatever you like creatively and just go for it. But right now it's just like music and marketing is my main thing, so might as well mix both of them into it and just go for it.
So how's the pandemic affect you with both, even with your school and your
most people say the pandemic was horrible, but my pandemic was lit. That meme where it was like the pandemic versus the bandemic, I don't know, like being a student that was really like I can't focus really in classes or like that with like teachers or sometimes, or like students that really just distract your whole environment, or like teachers that you can't really do. But like online really has allowed me to like get into like my studies more, really just enjoy like what I want to do and do it on my own time, so I can do music like during this, or like if I'm not feeling the class I can just tune out and then just go back and just revise from whatever the teacher had posted. But yeah, the pandemic was lit because that was the time I dropped like Mr. Fantastic, which is really what really like she just shined everything on top of like all my projects, and why I'm essentially here. And with I was able to meet like videographers that I wouldn't. It really like got me to sit down and hone down on the music, because on top of it with school I wasn't really doing well, or I wasn't really focused in it because it was just going to school and trying to do the music thing as well. But now I could do school, music, and do that on top of it, get the schoolwork out of the way, and then just do the music. So it was good. It was good.
Well, before I ask my question, Zay did have a problem with something you said on that album, by the way.
Which one?
Oh, man.
Part?
Yeah. Oh, man.
Damn.
It's like, bro, it just caught me. It was like, what was it? It was like, oh, yeah, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck? I'm like, what was the second part? I'm trying to remember what was the second part.
He was like, I'm gonna ask him. I said,
yeah, because I was like,
it was something I said, suck me or something.
Yeah, it was like I forget what the latter half of the bar was, but I was like, bro, it was like the correct, like I'm not even gonna correct you, but it was like what I thought should have went there when it wasn't there. I was like, you could have called her a hoe. Oh yeah, that's why I was like, that was just my mind. I was like, you could have called her a hoe and you didn't. Yeah, that's why I was like, damn, you missed it.
Nah, but my question is, when you're making your track list, right? Mm-hmm. How hard is it separating like your bangers, like trying to get one that's out there, and then trying to get one that's like closer to you, like something that you could really get into?
That's rough. Nah, I make a lot of songs. Like if someone were to hack into my computer or hack into my files, they'd see a shit ton of songs. Like I go through a bunch of Tester songs.
You like on top. They got your hard drive on lock now.
Nah, I keep most of the things on a flash drive now. So like if someone were to try to steal, like they'd have to rob me. And like if you were to rob me, hey, more props to you. But go for it. Nah, but fucking, it's just like a lot of it. I just be recording, saying whatever, like in the studio, saying whatever I want to say, and then I just be fucking with it. A lot of the vibes or the songs I record are more so for that day, that in particular that I was writing it for. And sometimes they hit more than the other songs. Sometimes they're a little bit more catchier. Sometimes they're either it's not winter time, so I can't really drop it around like the January, October. Like even one song I named October, people got mad as hell that I dropped it in November, because people were like, why are you gonna name it October, talk about December things, talk about love songs, and then fucking drop it in November? Like, we don't want this shit. I was like, bro, like everybody's very critical of like single things, but I feel like me personally with music, it's more so like I'm just here. like I just make
How
shit.
do you determine timing though? Because your EP I was kind of waiting for, but it was just so long. I was like, you was promoting it like 2 months out.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck? I gotta wait 2 months.
That was the first thing I learned from it, from the EP that was fucking the one that contained Mr. Fantastic. Which one was that? I think Before Away. I forgot.
I was saying that. I was like, it began. It was that. I don't know. It just began with that.
We was just listening.
That's what I'm saying. Literally, it was in the car. It was playing in the car.
Yeah, it was just the tape before basically Law and Seaway. Which way?
It is Which Way. Okay, so which way? That was a catchy name, by the way.
Yeah.
Thank you. That was a really catchy name, by the way.
All of them have like a different vibe to it, like Astray, Away, Which Way. Like they all either contain way or like a form of like a version to be like, oh, this is version 1, version 2, version 3. And I really did that just because it was for marketing purposes. Like even the one that I just did, Away, everybody was like, bro, like you just dropped some shit called Found. And then now you're dropping some shit Away. So it was mostly for the memes to be like, oh,
Found
like
artwork
that.
was great.
Yeah, Found was really the sad vibes in me, like really me touching into the R&B roots that I did, like, because that had like October, that had a lot more of like my emotional songs, that had like Praying, like all of those songs came at a time when like my grandfather had passed away. And I was still going through a lot of like my finals work and a lot of my work at school, and like that music at the time was the only thing that was like keeping me going, like holding me on. Like there was a point in my fucking college room that I was like tossing a bunch of my medals from like earlier in high school and shit from when I did in track, because my grandfather was really the one who pushed me to doing track, and I was like going through shit. And music at the time was the only thing that was connecting or making me feel better each day and helping me get through shit. So like a lot of those songs, Found personally to me was like my best one, because like that was the one.
It was received well on SoundCloud too.
Yeah,
that was received really well.
That one was the one that I really put into my heart and my all into it, and if anybody says anything about that, then like, hey, that's on you. But like, I really like that one. That was my.
I ain't say nothing about that. I don't think damn.
But we can wrap it up with this. But I do have a really big question. So everybody has like their counterpart that they just click with. Hove, Ye, Future, Drake, Gunna, Baby. Who do you think you can have that type of connection with? Like musically, like who do you think you can make a just instant banger with? Who is somebody that you want to work with? You know, things of that nature.
Famous wise or not famous?
Either way. Let's do both. Let's do both.
Non-famous wise, I used to work with a guy named Kid Waka. That was like, his name is Anthony, and he's like the cousin of a girl that I went to school with, and he was like hella young, and he was like basically a little brother to me. Like we really started with music, and like we really, like he was the one who was like, oh, continue. He really pushed me to do it, and we did a bunch of sad songs together that like was like our cementing sound. Like at one point in the SoundCloud era, like we were really close to a lot of the SoundCloud sad like emo rappers and shit, and he was pretty big into them, and like now he's signed into, I think, do you know Cold Heart or something like that? It's like he's like more of like an emo rapper, but he works with Cold Heart's crew. We still talk, we still make music, we make songs, but I don't know, like those type of vibes to me now, I don't know, I can't do it. Like I can't do the sad shit because I don't genuinely feel sad.
Because
like
somebody making him happy.
Yeah. But I can't do the sad songs anymore, so I just do turn up. But right now, my dream collab would be Future. Would be fucking Future. I need either Future on a song.
Yeah, that's a surprise.
Is it because he always sound hurt?
A little bit. I don't know. I fuck with. Future's structures for song are so intricate that some people they think it passes over their head or like they're not really listening to it. But he's a very good lyricist. Like he may have a couple good one-liners, two-liners.
I agree with that. Don't make
No,
it
it's
fake.
not, I'm making this fake because I'm still just surprised. I'm not even gonna lie.
Oh
to
yeah,
you.
the future definitely.
It's just personally, it's like I think my whole thing is like I'm gonna be honest. I listen to a lot of Lil Tecca, and that's who I see you with. I'm gonna be honest because like you kind of.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Literally, because it's
Tecca.
like even when like you got like the speech pattern and everything like that, like you even like talk like him, like you're literally just like I'm making my own wave, like I'm not on that
Turn up
vibe,
song
like,
with Tecca and Seaway will be something.
That's what I'm saying. Like I was like, damn.
Hey
Future.
Tecca, you got it, bro.
Nah, yo, I don't know. In college, yo, people would always be like, yo, Lil Tecca, and I used to hate that shit, and I think that's why, like, right now, when everyone says just like, oh, like you and Tecca would make a song or a vibe together, it's almost like like I don't want to be pushed into those categories as a rapper who was on like a Lil Tecca song. That's my main thing.
But he
like,
real humble
yeah.
though.
Yeah,
He
no.
Is he on the same vibe? That's why I was like, I'm thinking on the same vibe.
No. He's mad chill, but it's like I don't know. Sometimes people of the same vibes can't coexist because they're like competing vibes or
So
like
maybe that's
they're
why
like
he
more
said
like the
Future.
competing like chill. Yeah, like I don't know. I like really Future mostly, and another one. Who would it be? That's a hard one. Mostly Future. I'll go with Future for now. Okay. I'll go with Future.
I'll take Future.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming through. Thank you for coming through.
Yeah,
Thank you.
We travel, you travel. It all worked out. We had a little bit of mishaps, but we good.
New York's traffic. Of course you would.
Yeah. But for real, man, we really appreciate you even supporting what we're doing, and we do give that energy back regardless. So thank you and your lovely girlfriend for coming through. You know. Go ahead, Simone.
All right, so you have Seaway. Go check them out on all platforms, and we're out.